Madam Chair, the impeachment complaint filed by Attorney Andre De Jesus contains a verification page, Madam Chair, that and states that he has read the complaint and have understood the contents thereof, and that the verified complaint are true and correct based on his personal knowledge and based on authentic documents. The same is likewise signed, Madam Chair. Likewise, the complaint is with the resolution of endorsement signed by Representative Jeremy Jet Nisai, who is a member of the House of Representatives and is the Deputy Minority Leader, a representative of the Pusong Pinoy Party List. The same was subscribed before the Secretary General, Attorney Chaloy Garapin, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Vice Chair Kit Flores. Any other comment from the members?
Just to add,
May we know if the members were given copy? Because I understand that since last week, the Committee on Justice already forwarded the notice for today's hearing coupled with the copy of these two complaints, the Jesus complaint and the Masa et al. Complaint. If the members have no copy right now, kindly approach the committee secretariat so you can join the discussion as to the formalities necessary for the filing of this impeachment complaint. The Honorable Laila De Lima is recognized.
thank you, Madam Chair. Just to add to the statements earlier, we should remember that this stage is merely a technical review,
That is correct.
technical and ministerial review, akin to determination of jurisdictional facts. So the complaint may be weak in substance and may contain exaggerated rhetoric, but it is not necessarily insufficient in form if it meets those requirements already mentioned, especially in writing, verified, accompanied by a resolution of endorsement, and that the identity of the impeachable officer is readily identifiable. The only thing that I noticed, Madam Chair, is that while the verification page bears the date, the petition proper itself does not bear.
Honorable De Lima, can you please speak closer to the microphone?
Sorry. The only thing that I notice is that while the verification itself bears the date of the verification, which is January 19, 2026, the body itself of the petition, the main petition after the prayer, does not bear the date. But I'm not sure whether it's something that can render the whole petition insufficient in form. But I agree that all the other requirements are there, because part of being signed should also be dated, and the date should be both on the petition and on the verification. Maybe I'm just being so technical about it, but I would still consider that this is sufficient in form in its totality.
That is the Jesus complaint.
The De Jesus complaint.
Okay. The observation of the Honorable De Lima about the blank date in the body of the Jesus complaint is noted by the committee.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
The Honorable Tanwato is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Maybe for the benefit of the members who just received the complaint, is it possible to flash on the screen the verification page just to look at the signature, and it can be confirmed anyway by the endorser representative?
We are directing the committee secretariat to kindly flash in the screen the De Jesus complaint, especially the verification part.
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Vice Chair Garbin.
just a clarification on the verification of Attorney De Jesus. We made mention that it was subscribed before the Office of the Secretary General. Upon perusing the verification, And the Chula tells us that it was Attorney Ana Patricia Chua who administered the notary. So let me be clarified, Madam Chair, whether there was a separate
There are actually two documents that needs to be under oath. One is the verification and the other one is the endorsement. And the Honorable Vice Chair Keith Flores would like to comment to that.
Madam Chair, well, the verification was notarized by a private lawyer, I think. The endorsement, the resolution of endorsement, which was signed by the Representative Jet Nisai, was subscribed to before the Secretary General, Madam Chair.
Thank you for that clarification, Madam Chair.
Any other member who wishes to comment to the sufficiency in form of the De Jesus complaint? If there are no other members who would like to, the Honorable Chair Abante is recognized.
We're not discussing.
Please speak closer to the
We're
microphone.
not discussing the sufficiency in form here.
But this is a proceeding on the sufficiency in form.
Yes, Madam Chair, but I did not hear any explanation of Congressman Needs on this sufficiency. What I heard was a complaint on impeachment. Ang narinig ko kanina, yung mga complaint on impeachment, hindi ko narinig yung explanation niya on sufficiency in form. Hindi pa natin pinag-uusapan dito yung substance. Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, ang sufficiency in form. Kaya nais ko muna marinig ang paliwanag ni Congressman Nitay tungkol sa sufficiency in form ng verified complaint na ito.
While the pronouncement of Representative Nisay is quite limited as to sufficiency in form, the chair heard it loud and clear when he said that the complaint of De Jesus is compliant with respect to sufficiency in form, and he made mention as well about the verification, unless Representative Nisay would like to make an additional manifestation.
Madam Chair, generally, a complaint is sufficient in form if it meets the formal requirement on its face. Sa ilalim ng rules, ang complaint dapat ay katulad ng nabanggit nyo kanina, verified under oath by the complainant through an affidavit stating that he has read and understood the contents of the complaint and that the allegations therein are true and correct based on his personal knowledge or authentic documents. So lahat po ng yan present naman sa ating complaint. Therefore, I am manifesting that the complaint is sufficient in form. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Bishop, I hope that satisfies the Honorable Abante. Any other member who wishes to comment on the sufficiency in form? Because otherwise, we will be proceeding to the determination of sufficiency in form of the second complaint. That is the Masa et al. Complaint.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Congressman Ridon is recognized.
I just wanted to be very clear on the topics of personal knowledge and authentic records, because for the record, we understand that in previous impeachment cases, the question of personal knowledge or authentic records is the crux on the sufficiency in form question. So I just wanted to know from the endorser whether or not the complaint is based first on personal knowledge or actually authentic records. Madam Chair.
The chair wishes to remind the committee members that our determination of form and substance should be confined in the impeachment complaint itself. As to whether or not it is indeed based on personal knowledge or authentic records, we will be proceeding to that on the proper time. But for the purpose of determination of sufficiency in form, what we're looking at right now is whether the verification is properly written, which means it has to include personal knowledge and authentic records.
I submit, Madam Chair.
May we flash on the screen for the benefit of those who wish to see the impeachment complaint. This is the verification part. Can you please zoom? What is significant in the verification is actually paragraph 3. And paragraph 3 reads, the allegations in the verified complaint are true and correct based on my personal knowledge or based on authentic documents. That is for consideration, of course, of the committee members.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Santay is recognized.
Thank you. Madam Chair, in the determination of sufficiency informed, three things are important. Verification, endorsement, proper content instruction. The complaint is duly verified. It contains a sworn affidavit of the complainant affirming that he has read the complaint and that its allegations are true to his personal knowledge. There is an endorsement coming from the Honorable Nisay, and well, if it contains the proper structure, well, the names of the parties are there, the designation of the offense and actual admission. I believe that the complaint is sufficient.
Thank you, Congressman Santay. The Honorable Vice Chair Dumogan is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Let this claim enough. Let us vote for the issue for sufficient.
We will come to that, Vice Chair.
Madam
Okay.
Chair.
I think we have exhausted already our discussions as to sufficiency in form of the De Jesus complaint. We shall now proceed to our discussion on the sufficiency in form of Masa et al. Complaint. But let us hear first the manifestation of position of our endorsers. The Honorable Representative Pino is recognized.
Madam Chair, I defer to Representative Ilato.
Madam Chair.
With the indulgence of the Honorable Pino, the Honorable Rodriguez is
Let
recognized.
us first, matter of order. We already discussed in this presentation of the congressman endorsing the complaint. There has been statements that they have informed. I think we should now vote. We should not vote on the first one before we go to the second one. Yes, I ask for a vote, Madam Chair, for the sufficiency in form of the De Jesus complaint as endorsed by Congressman yet decide. So move, Madam Chair.
There is a motion to vote on the sufficiency in form of the Jesus complaint. Do I hear a second?
Second, Madam Chair.
The same has been seconded. So the motion is granted. The chair is now ready to hear the necessary motion.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Abate is
Madam
recognized.
Chair, I move to declare the impeachment complaint filed by Attorney Andre R. De Jesus sufficient and informed. That's already been moved by me. It's already been moved. So let us move to the prior motion.
The understanding of the chair about the motion of the Honorable Rodriguez is a motion to vote already about the sufficiency in form of the Jesus complaint, and that is why I solicited a second, and the chair granted that motion to vote already. Now we are entertaining the motion to declare the Jesus complaint as sufficient in form as raised by the Honorable Amben Amante.
Vote, the motion to vote, if it is voted in favor, it's approved. It is therefore voted in form as sufficient. So there's no need for another motion to declare. Because I already moved to vote, and without vote, it will result in either it's a referral back to the Secretary General because it is insufficient in form, or it is approved, it's sufficient in form, and we proceed to the next step. Thank you, Madam Chair.
With the indulgence of the Honorable Rodriguez, the chair was listening very well when he raised the motion of voting already about the sufficiency in form of the Jesus complaint. And the intention of the chair, when she recognized Honorable Rodriguez and even solicited a second to that motion, is to resolve whether or not we will be doing the voting now or after we deliberate on the sufficiency in form of the second impeachment complaint. So, with the indulgence of the Honorable Rodriguez, I hope we can proceed. We have granted the motion to do the voting now, and now we are entertaining the motion to declare the Jesus complaint as sufficient in form. There is a motion to declare the Jesus complaint as sufficient in form as raised by the Honorable Ambenamante. The same has been seconded. Is there any objection?
Object, Madam Chair.
There
I
is-
did not properly hear the explanation on the sufficiency in form, and that is what I would like to hear. And because of this, I object.
There is a motion to declare the De Jesus complaint as sufficient in form. The same has been objected to by the Honorable Abante, and therefore we will be dividing the House. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. Comsec, please count. All right, did we get the number? Those who are not in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. Those who abstain, please raise your right hand. With 46 votes in favor, 1 vote against, and 1 abstain, the chair declares the De Jesus complaint as sufficient in form. Now we shall proceed to our determination of sufficiency in form of the Masa et al. Complaint. May we request the endorser to manifest their respective positions. The Honorable Elago.
Yes, Madam Chair. With regard to the determination of sufficiency in form of the Marcos impeachment complaint filed by Masa et al., based on our rules of procedure in impeachment proceedings, there are 2 important questions to be asked. Number 1, is the complaint verified and endorsed properly? Second, is the complaint subscribed and sworn to by the complainants before a notary public? The answer to both questions is yes, Madam Chair. So it is the position of this endorser and these endorsers that this verified complaint filed by Masa et al. Is sufficient in form. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Elago. We would like to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Milagros Aquino Magsaysay. For the guidance of everyone, the committee is counting the vote of only the members and the ex officio members and those who, the non-members who were deputized. Again, justice members, ex officio members, and non-members who were deputized by ex officio members. That's for the guidance of all the members. We have concluded on the manifestation of position of the Honorable Ilago. May we hear the manifestation of the two other endorsers?
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Teen is recognized.
I have the same manifestation, so that will suffice as far as
Thank
I'm
you.
concerned. Thank you.
I have similar manifestations, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ko. Now we will be listening to the comments of the members of the Justice Committee.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Janice Digamo is recognized.
Madam Chair, as stated in the endorsement of the impeachment complaint, there are 36 Filipino citizens who filed the complaint composed of leaders and members of different organizations from the marginalized and underrepresented sectors. So it is my humble submission that the impeachment complaint filed by Lisa, Masa, and 35 other complainants complies with the requirement as to who can file an impeachment complaint. Under the Constitution and the House Rules of Procedure in impeachment proceedings, an impeachment complaint may be filed by any member of the House of Representatives or by any citizen upon a resolution of endorsement by any member thereof. As to the personality of the respondent, the President is among those listed as impeachable officers under Section 2, Rule 11 of the 1987 Constitution. It states that the President, the Vice President, the members of the Supreme Court, the members of the Constitutional Commissions, and the Ombudsman may be removed from office on impeachment. This constitutional provision is reiterated under Section 1, Rule 1 of the Rules of Procedure in impeachment proceedings by the House of Representatives. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. May we hear from any other member?
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Po is recognized.
Madam Chair, I want to bring up 2 points in terms of the form. First and foremost, I want to point out that as stated by
Honorable Po, kindly speak closer to the microphone.
Madam Chair, so I would like to point out 2 points. First and foremost, as stated by a Congresswoman Sara Ilago, they did actually have their complaints signed and verified, and to make sure that this is true and correct based on their personal knowledge or based on authentic records. And this is not filed, to be clear, this is not filed to harass or cause any unnecessary delays. This is also important in verifying the documents. Second point that I want to bring up, and this is something that I think our fellow Filipinos should also take note of when it comes to our rules. Importante at mahalaga na meron tayong miyembro ng Kongreso na mag-i-endorse po dito sa complaints. Dito sa Masa complaint, we have Representatives Tino, Sara Ilago, and of course Congresswoman Ko as the endorsers, making it a proper endorsement. This endorsement was also filed on January 26, 2026, and it was subscribed before the Secretary General, meaning she was present during this filing. And these are all important provisions which make it a verified document. And I would like to point out that in terms of the form, these seem to be all complete.
Thank you, Honorable Po. Other observations from the members? Honorable Chua?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, we've been talking about verifications and oath, but hindi naman po natin pinapa-identify yung signature. So I think that is very important because maybe later on, baka biglang itanggi yung signature. May I ask Madam Chair if the complainant or complainants are present in today's committee hearing?
Madam Chair.
The Honorable De Lima?
Thank you. I think it's unnecessary because there is a presumption of authenticity of signatures unless someone, anyone, questions it. Then it becomes an issue, that would necessitate asking the affiant or the signatory to confirm or not his or her signature. So that is unnecessary.
And
Honorable Chua?
Yes, but I think that is very important. Why? Because we are talking here of the sufficiency in form. And one of the very important in the form is the signature itself. Otherwise, baka later on biglang itanggi, paano po yun? And in fact, there are several instances na sinasabi, hindi kanila yung signature. So have we also invited the notary public? Hindi rin naman, wala rin naman po dito yung notary public para mag-verify na humarap po sa kanya talaga yung tao. So if we are talking here of sufficiency in form, hindi po ba ito ay mahalagang tanong din? But of course, I will submit to the wisdom of the body.
The Honorable Suntay?
Yes, Madam Chair. I think that would be simply answer the complainant to also endorse the verified complaint for impeachment at present. And they actually sponsored it. So the authenticity of the signature is easily verified by them. We're just asking them, and because that present, I believe that they're affirming that it's their signature.
While we recognize the point of the Honorable Chua, let it be known that only the members and the endorsers were invited in today's hearing. As mentioned earlier by the Honorable Dilima, the determination of form and substance are preliminary. The hearing proper will be happening on the later part of our proceeding after we have concluded on the determination of form and substance. No? We recognize the significance of the opinion and observation of the Honorable Chua, but nevertheless, let us confine ourselves to what appear in the impeachment complaint.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Rodriguez?
Yes, the complaint of Masa et al., my good friends, former Congressman Masa and also Congressman Casino, is not sufficient in form. If you read the complaint, it is not a verification after the complaint, but a jurat. It says subscribe and sworn to. This is not the verification that is required under the Constitution, under our rules. Can you kindly take a look? Can you show there?
Yeah. May we request the Secretary to flash
It
the
is a
complaint?
jurat, subscribe and sworn. There's no statement here about a verified complaint.
Madam Chair, the copy that I have.
The Honorable Dilima?
Sorry. Thank you, Madam Chair. The copy that I have, and I guess other members have that, really contains a verification page.
Kindly speak closer to the microphone.
I see that there is a verification page alleging the necessary facts there in accordance with Section 3, Rule 2 of the Rules of Impeachment, Rules of Procedure in Impeachment Proceedings. That it is that complainants or the complainants read and understood the contents thereof, and that the most important, the allegations therein are true and correct of our personal knowledge or based on authentic records and documents. That is the needed allegation or averment in a verification. The number 4 and number 5, not necessary anymore. It's actually required in the certification. So if it's a verification and certification requirement, then we can consider number 4 and number 5. But for purposes of verification under the rules, it's only about that the allegations are true and correct of our personal knowledge or based on authentic records and documents. I see it here. There is a verification duly signed by all the complainants.
Honorable Rodriguez?
I have read that. It is after the verification of the endorser. But if you will read here, verification signature, there's no notarization. No notarization of the verification itself. Can you post those two? Because I've read this for the past week. And
flash the
we
complaint.
wish to hear it, but if it is insufficient in form,
It cannot go. So look first at the jurat. At the end, verification should be at the end of the complaint. Where it will say that it is of the personal knowledge or it's official. If you say personal knowledge or authentic records, that's fine. That is in our civil procedure and our criminal procedure. But here, if you will see the verification, Mr. Chairman, Madam Chair, the verification has no signature of a notary public. So there is no sufficiency in form. The verification which is attached to the endorsement, there is none. There is no notarization.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Honorable Vice Chair Keith Flores.
Is the copy of the Honorable Rufus Rodriguez, does it contain the last page, sir, where there is that page is attached?
Secretary, kindly double check the
They
copy.
failed to
No,
attach the copy.
the notarization is on the jurat, on the last page. It's on the jurat, and the jurat is not the verification.
Madam Chair.
Sir, it's not verification. If you look at the verification itself, which they attach after the verification of the three, there is no notarization. After Kathleen De Guzman, no notarization. So how can there be a valid verification?
Madam Chair.
The page before that, Councilman Rufus Rodriguez also includes, can we flash the page before that, please?
Madam Chair,
Comsec.
point of clarification before we can answer that one.
Let us wait until the speaker finishes first before we call the rest.
Comsec, can we flash the page before that?
Vice Chair Tumagan, we will call you after we have flashed that page containing the jurat.
May I know if we have the same copies? Because
We are supposed to have the same copies, but nonetheless, we are flashing this page on the screen that contains the jurat.
Because
Yeah, that's right. Subscribe and so on too.
Yes.
That is the jurat. It's not a verification. Go to the next page. It is notarized, correct? Go to the
that
next
is
page.
correct. That's why I'm asking. Do we have the same copies?
Yes.
If the answer is yes, then Congressman Rodriguez.
We're supposed to have the same copies.
So therefore, there is
Only
no,
jurat.
there's no, only jurat. So therefore, there is no sufficiency in form.
The chair examined the copy of the complaint, but prior to this jurat, there is a verification signed by the complainants.
Yes, but no
Although it doesn't bear the
notarizations. Therefore, it is not serving, it's a public record. It is not something to bind us because there is no after the signature.
We will be suspending to check the copy of the Honorable Rodriguez.
Ito kopya ko. There is no signature.
under our Constitution, an impeachment complaint may be filed by any citizen against any of the impeachable officers. Nonetheless, we have checked this copy. I believe this one is complete, no? At the end of the complaint, there is verification. They were signed by the complainants. It is 2 pages because they have a lot of complainants, more than 32. And then after the signature of the complainants, we have the jurat. The jurat is supposed to be the oath to the verification. And then the names and the identification of the complainants. And then on the last page, the administering officer of the jurat, the notary public. I hope this satisfies the Honorable Rodriguez.
Madam Chair, we really would like the impeachment complaints to be heard. But the first requirement in the Constitution, our rules, is sufficiency informed. If you will go back again, after the complaint, there is a verification. That's where it is signed. But there is no notarization on that. And then it goes to the jurat. The jurat, there are no signatures, and the jurat was the one that was notarized. It really is a lack, is insufficient informed. We cannot proceed with a complaint where the verification is not notarized, and its jurat has not been signed, and it is the one notarized. So we have to stick to legal rules, Madam Chair. In the rules, our rules on criminal procedure apply supplementarily. So there can be, it's just like a complaint which is not signed and not properly identified and verified. So therefore, it's fair. If you flash again, I would like to have this flash, Madam Chair. So everybody will not go to the public. Can we go to the verification after the complaint and then the jurat and the signature? Because we are lawyers here. We are trying to have the legal proceedings in proper order based on the law.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Erisa is recognized.
Madam Chair, if you will look at the first complaint, it's the same thing. Yung verification po, walang ni-notarized. Yun lang po jurat ang notarized. It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing, Mr. Chair.
It's the same thing.
To answer, Madam Chair, it's not the same.
It's the same thing. This is the copy.
Yeah, it is verification and then the signature of the notary public. It is different.
No, there's no notary public. In my copy, in my copy, there's no notary.
Ana, Patricia, Ana is as in Giloso, Ana, Patricia, Chua.
Yes,
It's
page 13 and 14.
Page 14.
Yes.
Okay, can we check the
Point of order, Madam Chair, point of order.
to satisfy the needed comparison between the first and the second impeachment complaint? Can we flash again the verification of the De Jesus complaint?
Madam Chair,
Please
point
wait
of
for your
order.
turn as we call one after the other all the members of the House who wishes to make
Yun.
their manifestation.
Madam Chair, point of order. Point of order muna ako.
The Honorable Abante is recognized.
These people are arguing without even addressing the chairman. My goodness, pare-pareho naman tayo legislator dito. Alam na natin ang utos dito eh. Address the chairman first before you ever argue with one another.
Madam Chair, this representation apologizes to the Honorable Chair because sometimes we cut in because in answer, but Chairman Abante is right, and we should always address before addressing the committee the permission of the chair. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you. The chair is in possession of the complaint of De Jesus, and my observation is it is the same as the complaint of Masa et al. There is verification signed by the complainant. It is followed by the jurat, subscribed and sworn to, and then signed by the notary public. Then let me go back to Masa et al. There is a verification signed by the so many complainants. After the 2-page signature follows the jurat, subscribed and sworn to, and then at the end of all the names and identification cards, identification of the complainants is the signature of the notary public.
Madam Chair, short manifestation, Madam Chair.
The Honorable Vice Chair Garbin is recognized.
I confirm your findings on the verification of the Masa complaint. The verification is together with it, the jurat would yield the same date, Madam Chair. It was verified and signed by the complainants January 22, 2026. The jurat also yield the same date, January 22, 2026, Madam Chair. I submit.
Thank you. Well, everybody's observation are being noted by the committee, but anyway, we will be proceeding to vote later on. And just to conclude, the position of the endorsers as to the sufficiency in form, may we hear from the endorsers with regards to the comment of the Honorable Rufus Rodriguez?
Madam Chair, we respectfully reiterate our manifestation earlier that our this verified complaint, which we have endorsed, complies in sufficiency in form. The matter of fact of the notarial seal being on a separate page is due to the volume of signatures of the complainants. There are 36, and they cannot fit in just one page. And nonetheless, it could be a matter of one could argue notice can be taken of the fact of complainants swearing to the notary of the items in the verification that was heavily covered by the media on that day. And you could also witness the notary also providing his notarial seal and his signature on all the documents provided. And with that, Madam Chair, we once again respectfully submit that this complaint is sufficient in form. Thank you.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Sunday.
Madam Chair, I think the best evidence to show if it is sufficient in form or if the document is notarized is the document itself. Let us, maybe what should be presented is not the statement, but the document so that we could see.
So we have flashed the actual complaint in the screen, and I believe that most of the members are equipped with copy of the same already. And we've made our comparison also between the De Jesus and the Masa et al. Complaint. It is observed that they are one and the same in as far as verification and jurat are concerned, no? So if there are no other comments or manifestations on sufficiency in form of Masa et al. Complaint, then the chair is ready to hear the necessary motion.
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Erisa is
I move
recognized.
that we declare the Masa complaint as sufficiently. So moved.
Do I hear a second?
I'd like to object again, Madam Chair.
Okay. There is a motion.
I think, Madam Chair,
Honorable Abante?
I think I have definite reasons why I can object.
Yes, please state your reason why you're objecting.
What Congressman Chua has raised a moment ago is important. We are not talking about any fast rules here. Every member of this House has the right to question whatever the question might be, Madam Chair. Therefore, the question of Congressman Chua should be tackled. Number two, I also object on the argument raised by Congressman Rodriguez. And number three, Madam Chair, nakita ko po dito, in-exhibit nila yung competent evidence of identity. Pero wala po dito yung documents if they are indeed taxpayers, Madam Chair. Sapagkat nakalagay sa endorsement, they should be taxpayers. Therefore, I question if all of these 36 complainants are actually taxpayers. Kung taxpayers yan, dapat mag-submit ng document yan dito na sila ay taxpayers. If indeed wala, therefore, insufficient ang form na pinapaliwanag dito. And therefore, Madam Chair, I object.
We are noting the explanation of the Honorable Abante with regards to his objection. Nonetheless, we shall be proceeding to vote on the sufficiency in form of Masa et al. Complaint. There is a motion to declare Masa et al. Complaint sufficient in form.
Point of order.
The same has been objected to.
Point of order.
Those who are in favor, we shall now divide the House. The Honorable Ridon.
Who has seconded the motion, Madam Chair? Who has seconded? It hasn't been seconded.
It's Comnoy Defensor. Because I heard a lot of second. Okay. So we shall now divide the House. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. Those who are not in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. Continue. Those who abstain, please raise your right hand. Comsec the vote, please. With 35 in favor, 9 against, and 1 abstain, the chair declares the Masa et al. Complaint sufficient in form.
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Abante.
it is very clear that there is insufficiency in form. Very clear po yan. And I'm so glad for the rest of those, my colleagues that supported my objection. And therefore, realizing that this is actually an exercise in futility and a waste of the people's money, I therefore would like to walk out of this hearing right now.
The manifestation is noted. We have concluded the determination in form of both the Jesus complaint and Masa et al. Complaint. If there are any other matters the member wish to discuss before we suspend? No other matters? There being no other matters to discuss, the meeting is suspended until 10 a.m. tomorrow, February 3, 2026. The members present today are considered informed in open hearing of the meeting tomorrow. In accordance with the rules, the committee will determine the sufficiency and substance of the impeachment complaints tomorrow. Meeting is suspended.